episode number 243. Are these comics going to make good film and television shows? We have Emma Frost, the White Queen, no way, number 1. And we have Superman Unlimited, number 2. Let's see if it's going to be Marvel or DC. Which one are you going to like better? And which one do you think will hit the screen? Let's talk about it right now. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for spending time with me as we rant about movies, comic books, and television shows, as well as the occasional board game. I am your host, Frank Zanca. I'm an award-winning screenwriter, novelist, and comic book writer, as well as a filmmaker. And yeah, we're going to chat about Marvel and DC books right now. But before we do, remember to give me that like, give me that thumbs up if you can. If you can't subscribe, please do. Ring that bell, ding, ding. Share this video out there so everybody else knows what's going on in the Marvel and DC universe. And yeah, also check out my books on Amazon because I am a writer. You can go and just type my name into Amazon or click the link in the description below. And on top of that, you can check out my 4-novel series, Destiny Aurora. It was made into a board game, an RPG, a graphic novel. It's also on Audible. And on top of that, it is on Kindle along with the rest of my books. There's also my fantasy book, Tales of Ravenor, the Iron Witch. And my new comic that's coming out real soon. We're going to be launching on Kickstarter called Fairy Tales of Terror, where we have an insane, psychotic Cinderella slashing people with her broken shoe. We have Captain Hook with a big old hook. And they're just wrecking havoc all through New York City. They came out of their tails, and they are being hunted by Peter Pan's Tiger Lily. Before they can unleash magic into the world. It's going to be awesome. You can just go to the QR code over here. I got it right. And on top of that, there's also a link in the description below there as well. Again, Fairy Tales of Terror. All right, so let's jump into Emma Frost, the White Queen, number 1. I know a lot of people are liking Storm right now. I do not like Storm with cosmic powers. I think that's silly. So I did not have high hopes for this. Most of the X-Men solo issues are not good. Like, I assume this is a miniseries. Even Magic's like middle of the road. There's nothing special about Magic. It's if it wasn't a miniseries, I probably wouldn't even be collecting it. But this takes us back in time. This is by Amy Chu, and this goes back to the X-Men of the 80s, which I really like. So Emma Frost is not an X-Men here. She is a villain. So this is taken from the villain point of view, where she's still part of the Hellfire Club and still like under the thumb of Shaw and all those guys. So we start out with her at like the gala, going to the gala in her traditional, BDSM here get up, and there's a mutant there that's kind of an activist, and he's going, no country is for sale, and he's flying this flag out, and Emma's like, I'll handle him, and she just psychic blasts him or whatever else. And I like the Frost lipstick on her too. I think that's pretty interesting. But anyway, they pretty much lock him up. And the guy who's running the gala doesn't know that all these people are mutants. And he's like, oh, yeah, we're just going to get this because a lot of people are mutants. But the guy they locked up was a mutant. I don't think the guy realized that as well. But she's manipulating this guy who's all haughty. And she comes and gives in a toast and things to that effect. But here's where I really like it because it was pretty slow up to this point. And she has her little lackey. But all of a sudden she says... and then Shaw doesn't show up. He sends a representative instead, a female representative, and they're sparring verbally. But then she says, I smell brimstone, and all of a sudden, Kurt shows up, and I love that. And I guess they didn't know they were popping into a gala, and instead that Cerebro sent them there by Charles to get that mutant that she locked up, but they didn't realize what they were breaking into. And if that isn't an amazing 2-page spread, I don't know what to tell you. And look at Storm back in her original costume, Colossus in his original. Oh, it's just that's amazing. Just this page alone, the book was worth the buy. So, and then on top of that, we get a fastball special. Look at that. That's amazing. And we get like the old, these the slit eyes and everything else like that for the Hellfire cronies. But we get look at that. I mean those 3 pages, 4 pages are just amazing. But anyway, also she slashes Wolverine. She takes her glove off, and I guess she has these claws that come out, these metallic claws that are adamantium, and she actually does hurt him. And then Storm basically brings down, because they're like, "How are you going to get out of here?" And she brings down the lightning on the roof, and there's no roof now. And the guy's like, "Oh my God, my club!" So of course they escape, and Shaw is like blaming her, and she's like, "No, we must have had a traitor in our midst," and that's where it ends. Really, really good stuff. You don't get to see a whole lot of White Queen stuff, and I can say this is pretty good. There's no hidden message in it. There's no nothing. It's just, hey, we're a piece of X-Men. We have the old classic X-Men appear, and what else could you ask for? So I'm hoping this kind of stays the same quality as it goes. We did get like a TV show with White Queen at one time. It wasn't very good, but where she was actually teaching at the Xavier School. But I kind of like having it. I don't know if this would. I think she can stand her own for a movie, but it's pretty good. All right, and then let's jump into Superman Unlimited by Dan Slott. I'm telling you right off the bat, I much prefer the Joshua Williamson main run than this one. So what happened in the first issue is that there is a meteor, and he went into space to stop it, but when he blasted it, the shell came off of it, and it was like pure kryptonite. But yet he was able to push it into the water or whatever, so it went off course into the water. But that's not how this works. First of all, he would have been too weak to do that. He would have fell out of the sky because it would have shut off his flight ability right off the bat. That much kryptonite? No, man. He would be almost dead in like 10 seconds. He would not have the strength to stay in the air. So that I call bullshit on that. And then if a meteor, I don't care where he put it, that would cause a global extinction level thing. So if he threw that thing in the water, that thing would have caused at least a tidal wave, even if it didn't slam into the thing. Let's say it just splashed into the water. That thing would have caused a tidal wave that would have wiped out cities that were on the coast. So I don't think Dan Slott knows how science works. But anyway, calling bullshit on all that stuff. But then we start out with this whole Daily Planet thing, and then there's the area, there's the country that the thing ended up setting down near, ended up mining it. So it's kind of like adamantium, not adamantium. Was it adamantium? Vibranium, like Black Panthers with vibranium. They ended up mining the whole thing, and they actually made their currency out of it. And they're like, "Oh, what's it called?" "Oh, we call it crypto." Cryptocurrency. Damn, Slott, you are a funny guy, man. You are a funny guy. I get it. Man. Whew. But anyway, so we have... These guys look like checkmate guys, if I remember correctly. But anyway, they're like, well, Superman can't even come here because you have so much kryptonite all over the place. And then we get the Jack Ryder on his show, and Jack Ryder is the Creeper. I love the Creeper. Creeper is like one of my favorite characters as far as we don't get to see him at all. But in here he just looks bad. But anyway, so Superman ends up. These guys all have kryptonite weapons and knockouts there. He's about to fight them, but all of a sudden he just turns gold when he gets hit. and the kryptonite just bounces off him. What? What? And look how the creeper is drawn here. Awful. I mean, he's got a Caucasian face. That's not the creeper looks like. He's all yellow with green hair. It's not Caucasian. Whatever. But anyway, Batman ends up explaining that, oh, you got a new power. And even Superboy says, doesn't he have enough already? So Dan Slott, instead of, if he's going to throw kryptonite everywhere, which doesn't fall into any other continuity, so it's kind of on its own, even though it's not supposed to be. And now instead of letting Superman get over this, like figure out how to get around all this kryptonite, he literally gave Superman another power to get out of it. So he turns gold, he's impervious to everything for like several minutes. And then he loses all his power completely. And then he walks up to Knockout or whatever, and she makes her walk away even though he has no powers. So this is extremely, and then look at Creeper, man. He's awful. And this is incredibly bad writing. Instead of having his characters deal with stuff, he just gives them an out by creating a whole new superpower for a character that has too many powers to begin with. So this will be my last issue of Superman Unlimited. I just don't like it. And this is not a good story for James Gunn to mine for Superman either. So I'm going to say no across the board. Did not like it. And Dan Slott, I don't know, you need to do something else, I guess. But some people are liking it. I don't know how it's going to fall, or as time goes on, I don't know if it's going to continue or not. And surprisingly enough, Ember Frost, good stuff. If you're an X-Men fan, I suggest picking that up because that goes back to the classic stuff. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Remember to give me a like, give me a subscribe if you can, and ring that bell, ding, ding. Share this video out there. And also, check out my stuff on Amazon and jump into Fairy Tales of Terror right now on Kickstarter. We're on a pre-launch phase right now. We're over 200 followers. I'd like to get us to at least 350 before we actually launch. It's only gotten up that far in like 2.5 days. So I'm kind of hoping that we kind of keep a little bit of momentum throughout. But anyway, definitely check in on that. And the QR code is here, or there's a link in the description below. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Thanks for watching.